Hello everyone! Welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be transforming another biome in Minecraft. Today, the snowy tundra. Let's take a look at this super cold, harsh environment with our polar bear friend here. This is one of my favorite biomes to find. Although it is very difficult to survive in, I think it's so inspiring. So let's hop into creative mode and get started. We're going to start out with some world edit and voxel sniper, replacing our terrain and getting rid of that pesky grass. I don't want any grass to be showing through here. I want this to be a harsh winter environment. I reshaped the terrain only slightly because honestly I like the vanilla terrain that's here. Then I add some more ice around the river and place back in all of my snow. This time, instead of using grass blocks and snow layers, I just use snow blocks. I will do layers over the snow blocks later. Now that my terrain is in place, we can mark out a rough plan for our village. Even though this is a smaller build compared to what I normally do, it's still really important for me to plan it out so I can stay consistent and evolve my buildings easier based off of this rough plan. Then it's time to begin on our houses. Our houses are inspired by the Nordic style. Scandinavian medieval architecture is so interesting, and I learned so much about it throughout this build. Although this is not a perfect, historical, realistic representation, it is loosely inspired by that. So I did a lot of research online into what this culture was about, and it was so fascinating. I tried to build up these simple wooden houses with cool roof designs and lots of logs. It was definitely different building in this style for me, and it's not something that I'm used to. I added some docks around the front area of our ocean and then a big watchtower with a fire burning in it. I went with simple cobble foundations for these structures and very simple wood detailing. These houses are mainly for warmth and they need to be hardy to live in this vast snowy winter conditions. Once we have this basic idea in and I kind of know where I'm going with this theme, we can start adding more details, like for example the snow layers. I'll put the command that I used to smooth out these snow layers in the description below, but it was really simple to add them in and they add so much to this build. Now that that's done, let's get back to some more building. We need to build a simple bridge to cross this river. Sticking with this simple theme throughout the entire build, it's important to be consistent if nothing else. I can't do one super detailed structure and then one that's really simple. That just wouldn't make any sense. So I try to keep everything very consistent, snow-covered, hardy, and stay inspired by that Viking style. Over here, we're going to be building a stave church. I learned so much about the culture here, and I absolutely love trying to recreate one of these beautiful stave churches. Then I create a path heading up towards our church and begin on more of our structures. This time, a simple little storage shed and another little house next to that. Picking out the colors for these structures was so challenging, especially the roof color. I wasn't sure what I wanted to use. Up on the hill here, we're going to be doing some ruins. These ruins were inspired by the video game Skyrim. Skyrim has a beautiful village called Dawnstar. Dawnstar was my inspiration for this map. If you would like to see more of my references, I will leave them down in the description. Over here, we're going to be building a simple gateway and wall for protection with a path going through it, of course, and then filling out our village with yet another simple house, making sure to stay consistent throughout. Now it's time to have some fun with some of these gorgeous ships. I went with red sails and gorgeous dragon-inspired shaping on them. Lots of fences, and don't worry, I adjusted the sails for the wind once I placed them into the build. It's really important to think about wind when you're doing sails. Then another ship, this time one that's larger with a more pronounced dragon head and a sail that is fully flying and ready to take off. I like these, they add a nice pop of color and detail to the water. Then, a very similar thing is about to happen with trees. Adding the trees back into any build is really important, and I think it adds a lot and fills out the terrain. We're going to, of course, add them very sparsely throughout the ice plains section and more concentrated over where our ruins are because that was actually a snowy taiga biome. Then a couple last buildings need to be added. A mead hall is very important in any Viking village, and a couple more structures just to fill it out. And with that, Our Nordic village is complete. Thank you so much for watching this transformation. I had so much fun learning about building in this style. I hope you enjoyed it as well.